Hello friends, today I will show you a new video. It's Michael Moore Talks 2016 Race, Obama's Legacy and more with Megyn Kelly. I think you will.
That was a clip from the new documentary, Where to Invade Next, from controversial filmmaker and political activist Michael Moore. In the film, Moore travels through Europe to highlight what he believes to be America's shortfalls, and he has been making provocative stuff like this for decades. In 1989, he burst onto the scene with Roger and Me, a documentary about corporate greed. In 2003, he won an Oscar for Bowling for Columbine, an attack on America's love for guns. Now Mr. Moore is back in the headlines, leading protests over a water crisis in his hometown of Flint, Michigan. The city is now under a federal state of emergency after toxic lead levels were discovered in the drinking water. Here now in a Kelly File exclusive, Michael Moore. Great to see you. Thank you for coming here.
Well, thank you for having me, and on this day too. I don't know, what does this feel like for you to, because you don't want to be the story. You're a journalist.
I get to ask the questions here. You have to answer.
Well, I feel bad for you. You know that you're being attacked by. I don't. What's he afraid of? I'm sitting here. I don't feel any fear. Right?
You shouldn't. I'm a pussycat.
Yeah. Yes, Donald. Donald, come now. Come sit beside me.
Stop that.
I'll hold your hand. She's fine.
Stop that.
She's fine.
Would you talk about the movie?
Sorry. No, we don't want. No, plug in the movie. No, that's not why I'm here.
Where do we
I'm on Fox News.
Is it Iowa? Is that where you're going to invade next?
Well, no, but there are people there.
All right, let's talk about the movie in a second. But first, I want to talk a little politics.
Sure. Yep.
So I'm figuring you for a burn, baby, burn kind of guy. Am I right?
Well, I think I endorsed him in his very first congressional race. I went up to Burlington and did a rally for him.
Weren't you like two?
No, thank you. That's so nice of you. You're okay, aren't you? You're not feeling bad right now.
I'm feeling very good. Yeah,
okay, because I was thinking I was going to have to hey, maybe I'll take you out to dinner afterwards. And,
would you stop? Would you talk about?
We can talk. You can emote.
Emote.
Get it out. You know what I'm saying? I'm here for you. That's just what I'm saying.
I had no idea that there was a side to you.
You just didn't deserve to be treated this way. And
I'm fine.
Okay, but in all seriousness, let me say this, partly to answer your question and not to answer it. You have done something that Jeb Bush, Chris Christie, Rubio, Cruz, none of them have been able to do, which is to essentially frighten him, make him run, shut him down.
Would you move on from the Trump situation?
But you've done, no, everybody's tried to do this for months, and you did it. And we're on, okay, I'm sorry. I meant to behave myself.
This is why O'Reilly never had him back.
No, he didn't have me back because I won the debate, but that's okay. Bill, anytime, I'm here.
All right, so this is why I ask you about Hillary versus Bernie, because I went back, and to be perfectly honest, I don't know that much about you. I've seen it, I've heard about a couple of your movies.
Yes, I'm an Eagle Scout.
Press coverage. But
I went to the seminary to
This is April 2008. You're trying to butter me up with the Eagle Scout.
No, I'm just you didn't know anything about me. I'm going to tell you.
You didn't like Hillary Rodham Clinton back in 2008, saying that the way she was running you found disgusting, and really found Barack Obama to be the more decent person. Now, 7.5 years later, how do you feel? About both of them?
Well, first of all, I like Hillary, and back in the 90s, my first book, I had a chapter in the book called My Forbidden Love for Hillary, and basically I made the case for why she's a good person and she's been treated wrong. And so why were
you calling her disgusting?
Well, I think some of the things she said in one of the debates about Obama, I just thought were a little low.
Yeah, that's a fair weather love.
Yeah, that's true. You should not go out to dinner with me.
Don't worry.
No, it's a bad idea.
I won't.
No, okay.
So what about Barack Obama? Because he was beloved. I mean, you really thought he was the messenger.
Yes, and I voted for him. I voted for him twice.
The country,
yes.
Hope and change, going to bring us together.
Yep.
And then you said, you know what? Years into it, he's only going to be remembered for being the first black president.
Yeah, well, I wrote to him and I said, you've got to get off the dime here and do some of the things we elected you to do, because it's not going to be enough in the history books to say the big claim to fame is that you were the first African-American president. That's an important thing, but we need you to do some other things for us, and we need you to do it before your term ends.
Why? What's the biggest disappointment in your view?
Well, I don't know. Disappointment's probably too strong of a word. I would have wished that we had a single-payer health care system, not Obamacare, something that would be, for everybody.
He couldn't get that through.
Well, he had 2 years, actually, where he had the House and the Senate, and he decided to play nice and get along, and he thought the Republicans were going to get along with him, and they had no intention of doing that.
All right, what else?
Guantanamo Bay should be closed by now.
He tried.
He's tried to do that. That's what I'm saying. It's not like huge disappointment.
You're tough.
I'm just, look, he exists in that office to serve the people of this country, including both the people who voted for him and didn't vote for him. So,
is there anybody?
But I'm very happy that we've had him for these 8 years. Believe me, after what we had before that.
Anybody on the GOP side you could get behind?
I would get behind all of them and take them and push them somewhere. No, on the GOP, you know, I got to say, my grandfather was the head of the Republican Party in the town that I grew up in.
Oh.
And yes, but back then a conservative meant that you conserved your money, you had family values, you know, you conserved the earth, the air, the water, the God's gifts to us. That's what Republicans believed back then. And those days seem to be gone. I know it's hard for Republicans who have those feelings, and they have nowhere really to go right now.
Let's talk about the movie, because
Sure.
The suggestion is this is just yet another indictment of America. This is what ticks people off about Michael Moore. Why, they think you hate America.
Yeah, I don't get that, because one of the great things about being an American in this great country is the ability to criticize what's going on and try to make it better.
Yes.
All my films, I tell people, there's people watching this right now, I'll never watch one of his films. I swear, if you watch one of my films, you may not agree with me politically, but you'll know 3 things about me. I love this country, I have a heart, and you will laugh at least a half a dozen times during the movie.
We're getting that feeling just from this interview.
Yeah, well, you know, no need to watch the movie. We could just go another 90 minutes, you and I. And
but is it a war thing? Because you're saying where to invade next. It's not, because you're trying to get us to move to where, Slovakia?
No, I don't want anybody. No, we have to stay here.
We want to live here. We have the First Amendment. We have the Second. We have all these wonderful things here, like the Bill of Rights.
I wouldn't want to live anywhere else. This is the best country to live in. What I want us to do is to aspire to be better. And what we've done is we've helped these European countries since World War II. Mm-hmm. They've gone ahead and done some great things in terms of helping their people. Paid maternity leave, school lunches are not crap on a styrofoam tray in France.
You can take that up with Michelle Obama.
Yeah.
It used to be delicious pizzas and cheeseburgers when I was in school. Now it's crap on a tray.
You did not eat a lot of that pizza and
I did. You should have seen me. They
really?
came. They sat me
Do we
down
have a
in
photo?
8th grade.
Is there a photo?
And my little friend told me that I was chubby, and then I decided in that summer I was going to lose some weight.
Wow.
But he really is like Dr. Phil. I'm confessing it all.
And if you can give me some tips afterwards on how to do that, I would be.
I ran every day. I ran. But really, right now, I would recommend the F Factor diet, because that is a great book and a great way of eating. Tanya Zuckerbrot.
Do you get 10% of that?
No, I don't, unfortunately.
Okay,
I just like her, and it works.
You just sold a lot of books.
Before you leave, we're going to give you some fiber crackers. All right, we got to go.
Thank you. And before I leave, I just want to say again, you know, Roger Ailes, Rupert Murdoch, you know, it's to get elected president in this country, you have to come on this network. You have to play ball with this network. Donald Trump today said, I'm not playing ball with this network. That's a historic moment. And it's going to be interesting to see, you know, where the real power is. Trump thinks he doesn't need Fox News. I think Fox News probably has something else to say about that. And it'll be interesting to see where do the powers that be go with this. I mean, again, you've made this happen. You've caused a crisis upstairs here.
I have not caused any crisis. I asked a question. I got to go. That's it. It's over.
You asked a great question, by the way.
Goodbye.
The war on women.
Now you're really ruining my rep. I got to get out of here.
God bless you, Megyn Kelly. We're both Irish. Don't forget.
Nice to meet you.
Love you.
Thanks for being here.
If you enjoy it, please subscribe my channel.